A divergent boundary or divergent plate boundary is a linear feature that exists between two tectonic plates that are moving away from each other. Divergent boundaries within continents initially produced rifts, which eventually became rift valleys. Most active divergent plate boundaries occur between oceanic plates and exist as mid-oceanic ridges.
A divergent boundaries are typified in the oceanic lithosphere by the rifts of the oceanic ridge system, including the mid-Atlantic ridge, and in the Pacific rise and in the continental lithosphere by rift valleys, such as the famous East African Great Rift Valley. Divergent boundaries can create a massive fault zones in the oceanic ridge system. Spreading is generally not uniform, so where spreading rates of adjacent ridge blocks are different. Massive transform faults occur. These are the fracture zones, many varying names, that are a major source of submarine earthquakes.
There are two major types of divergent boundaries: oceanic divergent boundaries and continental divergent boundaries.
Oceanic divergent boundaries. Oceanic divergent boundaries occur beneath the oceanic crust. Here, tectonic plates move away from each other, creating a gap or rift. Magma rises from the underlying mantle to fill the gap, forming new oceanic crust.
Here is an example of mid-ocean ridge, the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, which runs through the Atlantic Ocean. This boundary is where the North American plate and the Eurasian plate are moving away from each other, causing seafloor spreading and the formation of new oceanic crust.
Continental divergent boundaries. Continental divergent boundaries occur within continents. They are characterized by the splitting and separating of continental crust. So here is the example of a continental divergent boundaries. As you can see, there is a big gap between the two mountains. The middle of that is called a rift valley. So as the continental plates moving away from each other, they creating a crack called the rift valley. Magma from the mantle can rise to fill the rift valley, leading to the new formation of the new crust.
Both types of divergent boundaries involve the separation of tectonic plates, the upwelling of magma, and the formation of new crust. However, the geological features associated with each type may differ due to variation in crustal composition and the presence of water.
Here is an example of a divergent boundary. As you can see in the video, the two continental crusts are moving away from each other, forming a rift valley. And then there goes an oceanic crust, and then it is forming a mid-ocean ridge. So this is the end of the video. I hope you guys learned something about the divergent boundary. Thanks for watching.